Hello, everybody. How do you do? It's time for my review of Doctor Who. Christ, that was terrible. I promise I'm going to leave the mapping to the professionals from now on. But yeah, I can't resist. I'm sorry I had to see you for about 2 seconds of torture. But yeah, this is my review for the greatest show in the galaxy. For season 25, season finale. And oh boy, what a finale it is. It's sort of like a homage to the show as a whole in some aspects. It is. You've got the greatest show is obviously the show itself, Doctor Who. You've got the captain who is manipulative, scheming, happy to sacrifice over his head of himself. He's world famous, well, galaxy-wide famous. It could be argued that that's a distorted version of the Doctor. You've got, what did they call him in the show? Gizmo Boy? Gadget Boy? Something like that. Basically, a character who is pretty much the obsessive Doctor Who fan. When he gets in everybody's faces, oh, I loved you, you're brilliant. I mean, you're not as good as you used to be, but I'm still a fan, and ends up getting killed. But, yeah, ends up getting killed by the captain. But yeah, basically, the Doctor and Ace in the TARDIS. Ace is looking for her rucksack that she blew up in Silver Nemesis. The reason why she's looking for it is because this story was due to air second in the season. Basically, from what I understand, it's supposed to be Remembrance of the Daleks, Greatest Journey Galaxy, Silver Nemesis, Happiness Patrol. That's how we understand it, anyway. And obviously, things got altered in production, yada yada yada. So it airs last, and as such, it has a couple of continuity errors, such as Ace looking for her backpack, and also her wearing flower child earring on her jacket in Happiness Patrol. So yeah. Apart from that, though, it's a bloody good story. I really enjoy this one. It's creepy as fuck. You've got some iconic scenes. You've got some fantastic guest characters. In fact, there's not a single bad character in the story. Every single character is there for a purpose, whether it's to mock the Doctor Who obsessives, or to drive the story forward, or to give exposition. But it's all done naturally. Every single person plays a role in the story. And you've got the Psychic Circus, basically, is now under control of... Actually, I'm not going to say, because there's a mystery to this story that unfolds over the 4 episodes. The Doctor and Ace in the TARDIS, they get some junk mail, tell them to go to his Psychic Circus. The Doctor is intrigued, Ace is afraid, and that's enough for him to drive his curiosity. And over the course of 4 episodes, he's awesome. I think Sylvester McCoy has the Doctor nailed on by this point. And there's such a great shot, possibly, arguably, the coolest shot in all of Doctor Who history, when he's walking out the tent in the end of part 4, and the tent blows up behind him, and the Doctor just carries on walking. I think it's a real life stunt as well. It wasn't like CSO or anything like that. It was a real life explosion that's larger than it was supposed to be, which makes it all the more impressive. There's some great stuff in this story. Some great scenes. Obviously, you got Mags, you got the captain, you got the villain who's the chief clown, who has this weird sort of expression. Okay, I can't do as good as him. No, it's weird, but it's still awesome. You got the hearse, the funeral hearse. You got some great cliffhangers. Now, at the time when I first watched the story, I didn't appreciate cliffhangers for were, but here I loved them. So this story, straight away, 10 out of 10. 3 out of 4 stories get 10 out of 10 this season. That's really fucking good. The show is confident again. Nobody's dying just needless deaths anymore. Every death here has an impact on the story. Just like you got in Happiness Patrol and Remembrance of the Daleks and sort of in Silver Nemesis. Every single death has an impact, especially Flower Child's death at the start. It drives one of the characters to their resolution, to them helping the Doctor. And it's fantastic. I love the story. The score is great, the scenery is great, and famously, the story was almost never finished. Yeah, basically, I'm saying basically a lot in this one, aren't I? Yeah, basically. They'd gone to do all the location work over the course of a few days in the quarry, for China Clay Quarry, and they're on their way back to BBC Studios to do the interior stuff, and they got postponed. Asbestos had been found, so they couldn't do the shoots. Not inside. Stuff was going to get delayed. And JNT fought tooth and nail for the story to be made. He didn't want another Shada. And unlike Shada and its 50 definitive adaptations, Greatest Show in the Galaxy is actually a good story. Shada's shit. Well, it's average at best. Mostly shit. Greatest Show in the Galaxy, fantastic. And I'm so glad that JNT fought tooth and nail for this story to be done. And ironically, or not ironically, but either way, because the majority of the interior of this story took place in a circus tent, they were able to find a massive tent and filmed it in the car park. I think it was Elstree Studios, but yeah, they filmed it in the fucking car park. Genius. Any other story of a season and it wouldn't have happened. Imagine if it's Remembrance of the Daleks and it got cancelled. Or Silver Nemesis, or Happiness Patrol. Imagine any of those stories not being completed. It's a very real possibility. But this one fought tooth and nail to be filmed, to be made, to be completed, and it was, and it's chef's kiss. I have such an appreciation for this story. It's called The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, and Doctor Who is the greatest show in the galaxy. I shit on it at times, but I love Doctor Who. I do. I want to make that quite clear. I love the show. I love the majority of the fan base. I just love the show. It's kept me going through years. So many dark moments of my life has been made better because of the show. Doctor Who is truly the greatest show in the galaxy. And yeah, season 25 for me is absolutely one of the best seasons of Doctor Who, before and after. I'm so glad it got another year after this, although the time production team didn't know that. We also have a couple of lasts in this story. This is the last story that features the Doctor in his cream jacket from next season. He's in his brown jacket. It's also the last story to have the TARDIS console room that was in use since 5 Doctors. Okay, I know we have a TARDIS scene in Battlefield, but that was just for console. And the set was just curtains around it because it had been demolished. Apparently the TARDIS console scene for Battlefield was a late edition. The set had been demolished. So this is the last time you see that console room, which is a real shame. But it was looking a bit tatty. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Greatest show in the galaxy. I don't want to spoil it too much because you should watch this. And yeah, 10 out of 10. My next review will be my thoughts on season 26, the last of the classic era. I don't know when that'll be. A few days, possibly. But yeah, until then, have a good one, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.